episode. Dates back in 1775. So, maganda kasi magsiset na po kami kaagad ng mood. Yung vibe po ng aming episode ng 1775, very, ma-mention po ni Miss Noreen earlier na wala pong sigawan, wala po gaanong ganon talagang nasa eeriness, sa dilim, sa yung fact po na nasa Beaterio po kami, mga madre po kami, pero napasok po, napasok po ng isang evil entity. So maganda yon kasi umpisa pa lang po, tatakutin na po namin, pakikilabutin na po namin kayo.
For Richard, 50 years in the making yung horror story nung 2015. Can you tell us a little bit of how easy or difficult what is to create that world and create the hero that you will portray in the movie?
Yeah, it wasn't easy, of course, making our episode. It was very challenging, not only for us actors, but also for everyone, the production team, especially the production designers, the art department. They did a good job of creating a world where everything is devastated. Tapos yung mundo kasi namin, wala nang halaga ang pera, wala nang halaga ang possessions. It's all about survival and living every day as if it's your last. So ganun yung tema nung episode 3. And yung episode 3, from the moment na mag-start yung episode namin, all the way to the end, intense, pa-intense ng pa-intense. Like talagang non-stop. So yun naman yung pressure sa episode namin. We need to wrap up the film, we need to have a nice climax and everything. So non-stop yung survival namin dun sa episode 3.
What kind of hero is your character?
He's the parang hindi naman talaga siya hero eh. Napilitan lang siya na i-lead yung grupo niya o yung mga mahal niya sa buhay sa ligtas na lugar at parang ano siya, tawag dito, hindi siya yung hero na talagang he's skilled to be a hero. He's survival. Hindi siya pa hero. Parang ano siya, inililigtas lang niya yung sarili niya at yung mga mahal niya sa buhay dito sa mundong punong-puno na ng aswang.
Okay. Last question for Miss Madeline Reyes. Miss Madeline, you were in the very iconic Shake, Rattle, and Roll 2 na isang buong aswang village.
Yes.
Ang kinalaban niyo ni Aljon Jimenez. So, paano, ano mas nakakatakot? Yung mga aswang nung Shake,
mga
Rattle,
panahon
Roll
yun?
o itong mga aswang ngayon?
Dito kasi ang bibilis na nila eh. Oo, parang sa edad ko, ang bilis na nila. Nakakatakot din. Of course, nakakatakot yung noon. Pero yun kasi puro habulan lang eh. Pero dito parang may lumilipad na eh. Parang nasa taas mo na sila. So hindi ka na lang dito nakatingin. Oo, yun nga, upgraded na sila. Totoo. So parang nakakatakot din ito. Yung thought lang kasi na mapaligiran ka, mapalibutan ka ng maraming aswang and you wouldn't know what to do talaga. Sa totoo lang. Whether yung mga aswang noon or ngayon. So pareho pong nakakatakot.
Thank you, Miss Madeline.
Thank you.
Thanks, Alvin. Before I give the microphone to Ms. Tessa Mauricio ng Manila Times, I'd like to ask a few questions, of course, kay Richard. Chad, you're here in the year episode, you are reunited with your director in the phenomenal Incognito. How does it feel? May say ka ba in sa pagkuha sa kanya to be your director in this episode, in your episode, Chad?
Oh, it's an honor to be working with Direk Ian again.
Oh, yeah.
We did a good run for Incognito. He was our director one of our directors for Incognito. And it's an honor to be working with him. He's an actor's director. He knows what he wants. And he really guided us dito sa episode 3. And yeah, no, when I came on board dun sa project, Direk Ian was already there.
Okay.
So yeah, it's great to be working with Direk Ian and hopefully we can do more.
Meant to be talagang gawin nyo to,
Yeah.
Chad, no? Yun yung Direk Ian. Direk Ian, would you like to say something? You are reunited with one of your lead actors in Incognito, correct? Okay, ayan, you're on.
Actually, hindi lang si Richard. With Richard, actually pangatlong project na namin.
Okay. Can you enlighten us with the
So,
other two?
Ironheart kami, Incognito and this one. So parang bilis, no? parang kailan lang kami nagkakilala na we just finished the third project. And overwhelming kasi we shot Incognito sa Baguio. Tapos, pinakita ko kay Richard, meron kaming childhood picture na nagpa-picture ako sa kanya. Sa Baguio rin. Sabi ko, Richard, tapos sabi niya, hindi niya alam si Raymond yun, siya eh. Pero yun nga, parang yun nga sabi mo, parang somehow meron ding tulong ang universe sa pagtatagpo ng mga like-minded tao na with the same wavelength. Ang saya kasi si Richard very collaborative siya in terms of creative, pati sa action scene na ko-coordinate kami. Ayun, masaya. Sana nga sa future meron pa tayo. And actually si Dustin din, it's not our first time. Kasi
okay, ano yung una nyo with the...
Sa Mano po series, Family Fortune, yun yung first blood niya sa acting. As in, doon siya unang nasabak. Tapos yung role niya ron very challenging kasi parang yung character niya parang may anxiety the whole series. So, ayaw ko kung nagka-anxiety siya after yun. Pero I've seen him develop then from that series hanggang sa ngayon, hanggang sa nakaka-overwhelm din marinig ko yung mga fans na nagsisigawan na parang that was part of his career din. So, ayun, masaya naman to work with this ko. Tapos yung the rest, masaya rin kasi na-feel ko yung hindi lang pagiging professional nila, kundi we've talked some personal stuff na feeling ko nakatulong rin sa pag-open up nila sa akin dito sa project.
Alright, thank you Direk Ian. I'd like to give the microphone to Ms. Tessa Mauricio ng Manila Times. Mauricio Ariola. Ayan, go ahead Ms. Tessa. There she is. Ayan, standing.
My question is for Manilyn ulit, if that's alright. Sabi nila, nung nagkaroon ng press conference early yung episode mo, I think a lot of the cast, no, I think whether from your episode and the other episodes have all said that ang paborito nila ay yung aswang, which you did, as you said, how many years ago?
Ang aswang ay kung 19, ilan na po kaya? I think 1987, I think, or 88. Opo.
Yun daw ang talagang tumatak sa kanila, whether from our young cast or the older members of our cast. Anong masasabi mo about that?
Naku, maraming salamat sa inyo. Thank you. At syempre, lagi po akong grateful sa Regal Films dahil nagsimula doon sa aswang na yon sa Shake, Rattle, Roll 2 hanggang nag 3, 4, 5, and 8 and then ngayon dito sa Evil Origins kasama ko. Thankful ako dahil tuwing nakakausap ko kahit itong mga kabataan na nga ang tawag ko itong mga kabataan, pati ikaw no? Itong mga batang to, sinasabi talaga nila na yun nga daw ang natakot silang sobra. So, sa akin din po, huwag kayong mag-alala dahil dun ako takot din. Nung una kong ginawa yun, pag umuwi ako, parang feeling ko sinusundan ako ni Tito Res, ni Tanda. Sa totoo lang, opo, ganun din ako katakot. So, thank you dahil naaalala niyo lagi. Thank you rin sa fans na nandito dahil naaalala din niyo yung mga yon. Thank you sa aking Mandalorian sa nandun din. Thank you so much.
And just one question po for Rosel and Attorney Kim. There you are. Ang tanong ko lang po, what does it mean for the both of you to be able to come up with this edition again, this edition of Shake, Rattle, and Roll, only a little over a year since, of course, the passing of everybody's beloved mother, Lily. What does it mean for you to bring this back to the big screen?
Yeah, I guess for me it means the world for me. As I mentioned earlier, Shake was the first horror movie I saw in theater with my Lola, and so upon coming back, I really wanted to do a Shake, and it was very lucky to be able to collaborate with my mom and the entire team on this movie. So it's very, very special.
Thank you very much.
Ms. Tessa, you have no idea how hands-on the mother and son tandem of Ms. Rosel and Give. Give it up for the mother and tandem producers now. Mother and son, Sir Guido and Isel. Before I give the microphone to Miss Janice Navida, Miss Man, tingnan mo yung excitement ng tao seeing you here with the